worked on Delver, and that's just like a little bit easier for them to work on. So it's interesting to see how Zombies evolves down the line. Like in this list, you don't even find any of the Diagraph Captain, which is pretty.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say it looks like it's an obvious fit, but it might not be the right fit, or like it just doesn't get enough advantage out of it. Where it's on the short list, but it's just outside. Standing outside behind the velvet ropes, like
just
waiting
to come into the party.
Yeah, it's like nah.
I'm on the list. I swear, I'm on it. No, no, you're not. Get out of here. Look at them, they're chit-chatting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Marlow, if you look at the top 8 decks, the top 8 profiles, he's the one that had the deck named Blue Black Bath Salts. And I'm surprised I didn't wake you up laughing so hard last night.
Oh, really?
I was blown away.
Man,
it's actually
I saw you posted it on Facebook.
Yeah, it's my Facebook status. I was laughing so hard.
I didn't see that until this morning. Man, Austin must have been out.
It didn't take you long last night.
No.
It didn't. I needed a little wind down period.
Yeah.
After such a long day at work. And I also had to check out some basketball highlights myself. Sports connoisseur and all, but
I watched the end of a Seinfeld episode and some Reese Witherspoon, Mark Ruffalo movie. For a few minutes.
Yeah, that movie was terrible. I'm really upset
she was like a ghost or something.
Yeah, it was very bad.
I was like, hey,
actually.
it's Reese Witherspoon. I'll leave this on.
I mean, she's great.
Yeah.
The movie was awful.
I think
she probably made a bunch of money making it.
Probably pretty awful. I think I saw about 10 minutes of it. So she's in a coma, but he can see her. What is this? Who wrote this? And then what company was like, yeah, sure, we'll make that into a movie.
Yeah, who greenlighted it?
And greenlighted,
Mark,
that's the word I was looking for.
Who's your agent that's like, you could definitely have to take this. This is the one that you just can't say no to. Mark's like, okay, I'll absolutely do this. And then now it's led him to the Hulk in the Avengers. So.
Much better.
So good.
I haven't seen Avengers yet, but.
You need to do that.
We were talking about Versus System coming in here. I played an Avengers deck too. That was.
Avengers Assemble?
It was just, I think, Avengers Assemble was in that deck.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember, like, it was so long ago.
My brain just pops off sometimes thinking about that game because I'm a comic book superhero guy too, so.
Yeah, that was one of the cooler things about that game was that it had, you had, like, flavor already built into the cards because they were already characters that so many people knew.
Yeah, because it had a past history to it.
Yeah. That may have been the best thing about Versus System, was the intellectual property it was attached to.
Yeah. It just makes you think of the things that you read and the pictures you see.
I can play Batman and Spider-Man in the same deck?
Doesn't quite seem fair.
It also just doesn't. I don't think anybody played Batman and Spider-Man in the same deck. It was funny how it rewarded you for really like playing the correct characters together, right? Team Titans. And then you would have like Common Enemy where it would be like Doom and Fantastic Four would team up. But Gitaxian Probe from Jeff Rasmussen here on turn 1 at the Star City Games Open Series in Columbus. So is that Gravecrawler Diagraph cool?
You do see the 1-drops, and this is, if you guys remember the match yesterday between Zombies, it was Joe Burnell versus a gentleman playing Black Red Kamikaze. Game 1, the Black Red Zombie deck actually won the game because he just played a Diagraph on turn 1 and then 2 green Gravecrawlers on turn 2.
And he just beat him down
and
with 1-drops.
Beat him down immediately with 1-drops. And this is the kind of hand that allows that to happen again. And he's already taken 2 from a Gitaxian Probe as well. So.
Right, just helped him along. He, so Ponder from Jeff. Michael's going to be able to, he's got 2 Swamps, a Cavern of Souls, Killing Wave, and then 2 1-drops, Gravecrawler and Diagraph Cool. So he's going to be able to go Cavern, naming Zombies on turn 1, and resolve those 1-drops easily, if he wants. Obviously he doesn't, he's going to just go with Swamp. That's fine too, he doesn't have to.
And Michael's draw step was a very good one because he did draw Groth Messenger, which is the best card pretty much in this deck. Now, one advantage that Jeff's deck does have is the Porcelain Legionnaire that we talked about.
Yeah, that's actually really really sweet against these kind of aggressive decks.
Yeah, and against an aggressive deck like this, and if you looked at, we saw Mike's hand, he didn't have any removal for it. If Jeff had it on turn 2,
right.
It's an absolute roadblock.
So Michael in with the Diagraph Cool. And now plays Gravecrawler. Now he may want to hold that Cavern for resolving like Vampire, Bloodline Keeper or Blood Artist. Sorry, I took the list out.
No, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely
that
true.
may be what he's thinking at this point, or he's just going to drop it and play Geralf's Messenger and make sure it resolves.
Yeah, and I think that's probably more likely, is that he's going to make sure that his Geralf Messenger does resolve.
But he left his options open. That's the whole thing. Jeff taps out here, and he can go, I'll just play Swamp Geralf Messenger. You know,
Yeah.
I can still save this Cavern to make something else uncounterable, because I do have a couple of non-zombie creatures in this deck. So keeping your options open, that's a big thing. Some people will just slam the Cavern.
Yeah. And there's a Geist Saint Trap.
Geist Saint Trap from Jeff. And passes back.
Now Michael has the option now to he can play Cavern of Souls to name Illusion to be able to get through Phantasmal Image and be able to.
Right now he can. He's going to need the blue mana. For
he's going to need the blue mana for that to be able to take care of Geist Saint Trap. That's one option. Or you can just simply name Zombie, play his Geralf Messenger, and get that into play, and then not worry about Geist too much. So it'll be interesting to see.
It looks
which
like
way
he doesn't
goes.
have any other lands, I believe. So he's going to have to play that Cavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a gut shot.
Gut shot for the Gravecrawler.
So effectively got its 2 points in, even though it looks like it didn't.
Yeah. And it may just come right back.
Yeah.
So Diregraph Ghoul getting in here. So now Jeff has taken 4 from his own spells and 4 from Michael's attacks.
Yeah, from Michael's spells.
Just from Diregraph Ghoul, actually.
Sharing is caring.
We're going to find out what he named. Looks like Illusion.
Okay. And then he's going to bring back his Gravecrawler. And his board is just going to be exactly where it was.
And Geist number 2 from Jeff. Jeff passes back.
That's another image.
And image number 2. Wow. Did he have that or top deck?
That's the top of deck.
I thought it was the top deck too.
Off of the top of the deck.
Jeff is just like, all right, Geist number 3. Oh, it's just Delver of Secrets.
Oh, it's just the best one dropping the format. Okay.
Not as impressive though. On turn 3, still impressive. And if he flips it, just fine. Michael can't cast that Geralf's Messenger.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem. But at the same time, it worked out very well for him because he did draw another Phantasmal Image to take care of both Geists, and now he can
cast it, right?
So now he's in the driver's seat.
Although now he potentially runs it into a mana leak, and we know Jeff has at least one mana leak. I believe a pair of mana leaks in his hand. So Mortar Pod from Michael after getting in there with some zombies. Jeff Rasmussen at a precarious 4 life.
And it's gonna be really hard.
he's gonna leak the Mortar Pod because it's just too much. Michael's gonna ponder here.
It's really good sequencing by Michael there. He has no reason to run the Messenger into the mana leak. Mortar Pod, while it doesn't look like that powerful spell, is actually really, really good at this point in the game. Just at 4, you know, he can't afford to take the hit and then the interaction between Gravecrawler and Mortar Pod.
He just drew the 3rd Phantasmal Image. Well, now he drew it, I think, or he has it on top.
Sure, setting it up with the Ponder.
It's in the top 3.
Okay.
And man, would he have liked to have resolved the Geralf's Messenger to be able to copy those with the image. But I think taking care of Geist of Saint Traft was definitely a better use of that Caverns and Phantasmal Image.
And it's like we saw yesterday. You know, once Delver gets ahead even a little bit, then it just starts to snowball, and it's really tough to catch up. So you can't let it get ahead of you.
So Jeff's Delver does not flip.
Looks like we're moving to the attack step.
Yeah.
Just letting him see if he can do it. And here they come.
Jeff's going to chump block, or not chump block, going to trade with the Gravecrawler with his Delver. Or at least looks like he was thinking about it.
Sort of a trade.
So in Mike's hand, I think there's Image, Killing Wave, Geralf's Messenger, and Swamp.
Yep.
So Killing Wave, pretty much a dead card. Swamp, not going to let him resolve that Messenger. Okay, so Jeff is going to flash in Snapcaster and double block.
What he copied
or not double block. Block each.
Or what he targeted with Snapcaster Mage. But he's going to he's going to go ahead and be able to slide this in now.
Yeah, so Jeff taps down low enough to where he can't cast Mana Leak, and Michael goes Geralf's Messenger, Phantasmal Image. I mean, Jeff walked right into that one, but I don't know that he had much of a chance, even if he hadn't done it that way.
Didn't really have much of an option there. He's going to go down to 2 life, and he's going to go down to 2. The Gravecrawler's going to die, and then he's just going to bring the Gravecrawler back and probably not walk into the Mana Leak there. So
yeah, he didn't. It's like he definitely gave it some thought where it was, you know, block. Wait a second, I might want to flash in the Snapcaster, but then I'm out of my Mana Leak. You know, I can't cast Mana Leak in case he casts Geralf's Messenger.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
so it was a bad spot either way.
Yeah. So we're gonna give away some premium now.
You get to ask this time.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So for those of you who may not know how this works, we're gonna ask a trivia question. You tweet the correct answer with the hashtag SCG Premium over there.
Can I grab it?
It's right there.
No, I always go to the wrong spot. Yes. There it is. I got it.
So, you were reaching for the little bubble on the side.
Oh.
I was going here,
okay, here
where it says Cedrica Phillips.
It's not. My name is not Cedrica. Okay, got it.
So yeah, we're going to be asking you a question. Tweet your answer with that hashtag, and
How many months?
a random correct
How many months of
answer
premium?
will win 6 months
6 months of
of
premium.
Star City Premium access. So I like to look ahead and go, when's this premium going to expire?
Okay,
December.
that's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's a very long time.
You'll be deep into Return to Ravnica. You know, the format for Return to Ravnica.
I cannot wait till that comes back.
You know,
I'm
we'll
so
be
excited.
be waiting for whatever the set is. Return to Guild Pact right after.
But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
No,
with
we
that
don't.
set because
So let's talk about M13.
let's talk about M13. Okay.
We've got a returning mechanic in M13. What is it?
trick question.
Trick-
No, it's not a trick question.
Trick-
It's not
tricky.
kinda it can be a little tricky,
Yeah, can be tricky.
but I think they can figure it out because it's pretty powerful mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to see it back actually.
Absolutely.
So if you guys know the mechanic at home that's back in M13, go ahead and tweet it to SCG Premium, and you will win not 1, not 2, not 3,
Now 495.
6.
6
months
months
of premium.
Premium.
So go ahead and do that.
Yep.
And we're gonna get back to our match. Now sideboarded games. I'm gonna take a look at the zombie deck that Mike is playing.
Both players look to have kept in their hats.
A nice observation. I do appreciate that. I'm looking at Fume Spitters on the board. I'm also looking at Appetite for Brains, a card I've not seen very much of. Undying Evil as well. But I believe that, you know, he is going to probably sideboard in 2 Liliana the Veils to kind of keep the creatures under control. I could see him boarding in Human Frailty, actually, because it takes care of Delver, it takes care of Snapcaster Mage. And then I would not be surprised to see the 3 Fume Spitters come in, just because it does such a fantastic job of taking care of Porcelain Legionnaire and Delver's Secrets.
Yeah, Jeff has Sword of Feast and Famine. Probably bringing that in. Some timely reinforcements. Yep. He's got 3 Phantasmal Image and a Phyrexian Metamorph. There's nothing more fun than copying somebody else's Geralf's Messenger.
I could not agree more.
Very likely to see those come in. I think that's pretty much Jeff's plan here. Go ahead and bring in some reinforcements. A pro-black sword. Maybe some Ratchet Bombs.
Yeah, some Ratchet Bombs will probably be okay just to deal with those 1-drops.
Yeah. I mean, Ratchet Bomb would have been sweet there in that game. He got beat down by 1-drops.
Yeah.
Besides the Geralf's Messenger that finished him off. But I mean, he was so late to the party. He was cleanup duty, you know.
And I think, you know, the thing that you'll notice about Jeff's list, and that's different from the other lists that we have seen, is, you know, a lot of lists that we saw yesterday had access to 2 6-drops. Be it Consecrated Sphinx, be it Sun Titan, be it Frost Titan, okay? And that helped him really play the control role, where Jeff doesn't have access to those cards. He's still going to be able to sideboard into a control deck because he does have timely reinforcements, and we have found that that's one of the better cards in the matchup. But as far as the dedication to being full-on control with 6-drops, with Celestial Purges, that sort of thing, he doesn't really have that. And so we saw a lot of success with Delver players against zombies doing that yesterday, and it'll be interesting to see how Jeff is able to, you know, turn into a control deck after sideboard, since he doesn't have the exact same tools available to him. But we did think that Mike was going to win game 1.
Yeah. So not. It's going according to plan.
Going according
so
to our
far.
plan, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Going the same way it went yesterday. I'm sitting here thinking about a question for our finals match that'll be coming up. We're going to be giving away a Gen Con badge during the finals.
And if you guys have never been in Gen Con, you are missing out.
I'm definitely missing out.
It is. You never been?
I've never been to Gen Con.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome.
Never been to Origins until now. So
Both the cons are fantastic. Gen Con is just so awesome, and a free badge. The value of those badges are like $80 or $90, and it's just it's I can't even speak. It's just that awesome. I love Gen Con so much. I've been going to it for like 6 years. What do you think of a sweet question?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one now. I'm looking at the deck lists for some inspiration. It's we'll think of something. I just thought maybe I could.
Try to jump the gun a little bit.
Yeah, just be prepared. You know.
It's a wild
A lot of times
idea.
we're caught off guard. It's like, oh, we're giving away premium now. Oh,
what do I do?
quick, think of a question.
So while they are shuffling away, Delver's going to be on the play this game.
You think Jeff was a Fred Durst fan with the backwards red hat?
Only if it's a New York red hat.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, no one's a Fred Durst fan.
That's also true.
Only in my youth and adolescence when I didn't know any better.
You could take that cookie.
You can. You can. And you can certainly do something with it. But I'm not going to tell you what. Because this is a PG show.
What else would you do with the cookie other than eat it?
I agree. Dip it in milk.
Yeah, you could do that and then eat it.
Those are the only ways you can go, I think.
Delicious.
And nutritious.
I don't know about that.
Delicious nutrish.
So we were talking about M13, and while these guys are shuffling up, what's on your M13 wish list? What would you like to see in M13?
That is a very good question.
You know, you can dream big.
Can I dream?
Dream
I
big.
can dream big.
Dream big. Why
All
not?
right.
I mean, it's just
dream,
a wish list. It's
I'm
not
going to dream
actually,
very big.
We don't have to be realistic at all.
Okay,
here.
I'm going to dream as big as I possibly can. I want to see Figure Destiny reprinted so I can have a chance to win at Magic again. There.
I like it.
I said it.
I like it.
I want it. I want it back. I need
Oddly,
it.
I mean, you know, if we're really dreaming big, I want Jason the Mind Sculptor back, but
I was at least a little humble.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I'll set that aside. You know what I want to see, and I feel like it's not too complicated for a base set. It was an awesome card, Vengevine. I love Vengevine. I don't know why. Like, it's a very aggressive creature, and that's not typically the kind of deck I play, but Vengevine's one of my favorite creatures ever, and it's, you know, a card advantage machine in a way. You know, like, you got to play a bunch of creatures, but hey, I'm coming back.
Well, you speaking of Vengevine makes me want to actually play. Makes me want a card to come back that I actually always enjoyed playing, which was Fauna Shaman.
Yeah.
Which was a base
and
set
that
card.
could definitely come back. Yeah, Fauna Shaman. It's only been gone for a year, right? Because it was in M11, right?
I believe that's the case.
I think that's right. Yeah,
that
sounds right.
It wasn't overpowered. It was just a good card.
He's playing Legacy.
I would be okay if that card came back.
Yeah.
I like that card actually. It reminds me of Vengevine. And
with
Birthing Pod right now, it'd be a really sweet card.
So turn 1 Delver from Jeff Rasmussen. And turn 1 Diagraph Ghoul from Michael Marlow.
It's the 1-drop show, and that's a flipping Delver.
And I think Jeff's 1-drop trumps Michael's 1-drop at this point.
I would agree. I would agree with you.
Insectile Aberration in for 3. Michael gets in for 2.
Basically time to see if Mike's deck can overcome this kind of start. I do see a Gets Verdict in his hand. He also has a Phantasmal Image, so he definitely has options of cards that he can run into that mana leak. Because he's got to get that part of the game over with at some point.
Yeah, how sick is that? I have a 3/2 flyer on turn 2, attacking, and I'm content to sit back and hold this mana leak that you know I have. That almost feels as good as Fate Seal You and you keep it on top.
Yeah, it really does.
There's a Moorland Haunt from Jeff.
He's going to tap out.
After his attack, and here's a Geist of St. Traft.
So he's going to respond with the Gets Verdict. And then Phantasmal Image is actually going to clean up that Geist of St. Traft, so that's interesting.
Very, very nice window here for Michael Marlow, able to get the Gets Verdict under the Geist. Or, I think he was saying doing it in response to the Geist.
I agree.
So the Delver is the only option here. and then the Phantasmal Image, as you mentioned. I hope he wasn't giving Jeff the option of sacrificing the Geist.
It looked like it was
in response. Yeah, like I throw Geist down, I throw Geth's Verdict down. That's the fact that he's thinking about the Geist is extremely confusing to me. We can't hear the audio, but well,
okay.
He got rid of the Geist that way, I guess, but I thought the other way was a bit better. He may just have an answer for the Delver in the form of something else, but plays a land, attacks with his zombie.
He's gonna probably get a Slide of Messenger in now.
And
a Blood Artist.
Blood Artist,
okay.
And the another zombie, Diagraph Pool. Yeah, if
well, I don't think we love that play that was made last turn by Michael, but let's see if he's able to overcome it anyway.
Yeah, all indications visually was that it was in response to the Geist, not that the Geist resolved.
Yeah, that's from what I could tell as well.
Yeah, but apparently that wasn't the case. So turn 4, Jeff plays a land and plays a second Delver. And now here comes Michael's 1-drops, 2 Diagraph Ghouls. But so looking ahead a little bit, there's a Blood Artist on board and there's a Killing Wave in Michael's hand.
That's all true.
That is some reach.
And yeah, he can definitely set up a very big turn. But he still has to make his way around this mana leak. He's gonna have to put a spell into it at some point. Alright, so there's a Mortar Pod. Okay.
Mortar Pod gets mana leak.
So we finally got the mana leak part out of the way.
And Mike passes back. I think Jeff's hand is Land Thought Scour. Does he have Thought Scour? Yeah, he does. Okay.
Yeah, I see a Seachrome.
It was cut from a lot of lists.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of lists with it this weekend.
Although Jerry seems to, from a conversation with him off camera, feels like he wants more cantrips. Maybe wants a Thought Scour or 2 back in the list.
So where we're at in this game, it looks like you're just giving another attack with these 2 zombies. Yep.
Yeah. So that Delver of Secrets proper there, doing very little, not flipping, not attacking, not blocking, just standing there being fancy.
Well, all things point to right now that there is going to be another turn for. Never mind.
Okay, so Snapcaster Mana Leak for Michael's Geralf's Messenger.
If this Delver flips, he's going to be looking at lethal on the board, and then Blood Artist is going to have to
do some work,
make a move, but he is safe right now.
Delver does not flip. Meanwhile, that Insectile Aberration does 9 more damage than it probably should have.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And now there's the Porcelain Legionnaire, which is a very difficult card for him to beat.
Well, it's a difficult card for Michael to attack into, so he's going to have to find another way, another route to victory, which he has access to in his deck.
That's true.
Via Blood Artist, Killing Wave, Blood Artist mainly. But that may be just the reach he needs.
As Michael is pondering his options, for lack of a better term, because he does have a Ponder in his hand. He's also looking at a Killing Wave. He's also looking at a Phantasmal Image. And the last card is a bit of a mystery. I'm not 100% positive, but I think it may be a Blood Artist. So, okay.
Blood Artist number 2 looks to have resolved. Jeff only with 1 mana open.
And he's going to cast Killing Wave on his entire team to kill him.
So
he's going for the hyper combo finish.
Yeah, so the way this works, Killing Wave for each creature, its controller sacrifices it unless he or she pays X life. Did he just cast that for 0?
Yep.
But Michael now has the opportunity to sacrifice all his guys. That's the whole thing. He's not trying to get rid of Jeff's board. Well, I'm sure he'd be fine if Jeff decided he wanted to sacrifice his creatures or pay 0. But that's not the plan here. Killing Wave is going to allow Michael to wipe his own board and shoot you for 2 for every creature, basically. He's dealing 8 and gaining 8.
Yep.
Yeah. There's double Blood Artists. There's 4 creatures. That's 8 triggers. That's 8 life.
And that's 8 damage. Unless the stack
unless there's a funky way to stack it.
Unless there's a way to stack it funky, yeah.
Not as predicted. Michael Marlow takes the match with Killing Wave and Blood Artist.
The combo works.
Exactly, it does.
The combo does work.
And it's actually like, he's putting